So a lot of awareness is going on. I was being harassed by the police. They were chasing homeless into the snowstorm. And they could get up killing a homeless like that, And I went to the snowstorm also, and I almost fell on black eye. So they're having the black American police and top workers are harassing us subsequently. These are the South-County at 1 a.m. today, February 3rd, 2024. So I'm trying to upload the video online, and the internet is not working. The transit at the Barclays Center now, Atlantic Avenue train station, and the internet here is not working. And I tried at the 42nd Street our train platform, and the internet is not working there either. The MTA Wi-Fi. So anytime they attack me like that, it makes it hard for me to post online. Even sometimes, even if I'm able to access Wi-Fi, the YouTube would not let me post. They say I've already reached my daily limit. Even though, they have just posted a video that day, and normally they allow you to post on a limited number of videos. So this is what's going on. Even if it's great that there's no internet access, when I click connect, we still connected and we still no internet access. So this is where on a snowy day whereby they have some black American police menacing me. It's like they believe they can get away with it because of their color, and this is not right. If the George Floyd killer, a white male, can be put in prison for subjecting George Floyd to inhumane abuse, nobody, whether black American or whatever, is allowed to arrest an African and get away with it. Even having black American park workers at the Washington Market Park managed me when I tried to use the bathroom. They pulled me to the bathroom and stopped managing. I don't know if they're trying to get them to cook me dead or something. But, especially ever since a white male choked a black American dead, a black American, Daniel Penny. A white male named Daniel Penny choked a black American dead for his president. In Manhattan, the feet. The anytime there's anything in the news like that, they try to, any bad thing that happens in the news, they try to reenact it on me as a Nigerian transsexual, because I guess Africans have always been devalued and used to 500 years of slavery of Africans in this country. And nobody would help me. Even if they passed a law, the All Stops Act, in which the NYPD is supposed to report every encounter they have, but they refuse to enforce that law until July. And I've been raising awareness that I'm being harassed, I'm being profiled by black American police. Ever since I've been trying to get justice against the NYPD, they've been sending black American police to harass me as an African. And I've been urging people to have me contact the city council. And finally, the city council passed a law that would mandate them to report every time they encounter somebody under what basis the initiative is stopped under. And as soon as they passed the law, Eric Adams delayed vetoed the law. That means he overrode and he stopped the enactment of the law, and the city council voted to override his veto. But I don't understand all this delay, but I said the law is not going to come into effect until July this year, 2024. And here I am being harassed. I need something that could help me, especially at least, if not help me directly, but to try to, keep a record of the way they stopped me. The black American police have been used to stop me, and sometimes it's Hispanic, minority police, so it's like they're planning to cover up, this Eric Adams said, it's expecting the police to mistakenly kill a black person. So they're using minority police for management, such wouldn't look racial. They're trying to erase any racial animals. So like they're planning a getaway. Now I can't log online. I try to update people anytime I get trained like that, post the latest video. And now, the transit wireless is the over 24 hours internet connection. but I'm unable to access it. So the city council and the U.S. Congress and humanitarian organization, trans organization, I'm a transsexual Nigerian transsexual. Y'all need to investigate this. Because this is weird. Nobody should be tortured in total darkness. They said this occurs in the prisons also, where they turn the light out and beat up prisoners. Here now, Rikers Island, what I mean by turn the light out is to destroy all camera evidence, block cameras from recording, and abuse prisoners. So they're living in a blackout. I can't log online to report any abuse, and they're trying to frame mental illness on me since my mother's daughter is Bologna and Flora. Showing mental illness on my mother to get her killed for life insurance money. They had her locked up in the psych ward and got her killed for life insurance money. And my mother ended up homeless because of the NYPD lies and threw us out on the street. So due to NYPD abusing my mother's daughter was able to defend my mother and got her killed. So those NYPD, they arrested for felony murder. Because when you abuse somebody and the person ended up dying, from the abuse initiated, that's a felony murder. And this is slam dunk evidence, and nobody's helping me. Even everybody that was trying to help me and my mother with our court papers to get our home back, the NYPD took him dead also. I was reporting him, but it was a lie. He said he was going to help me with my court papers. He was standing on Bay Street and Victor Boulevard, and weeks later the NYPD was like, took him dead. And they didn't allow me to testify in court. So all you human rights groups that condemn killing of black Americans, and you're silent when there's evidence right now to get the Regona killer in prison, to get people that killed my mother in prison, and I keep posting on Twitter and y'all silent, that's not cool. That, you refuse to help an African transsexual. I don't know any of y'all, but whatever biases y'all have or, ethnic hierarchy y'all believe in. I'm a Nigerian transsexual in New York City, and I'm married. I'm homeless at the moment, and I'm married. So please, let's stop the bias, and please assist people not because of the color of their skin or their ethnic background, even though it's like some people just don't value Africans. So please, I call on you, Amnesty International, and all you Black Lives Matter, please take on this matter. My life is in danger. They're using black Americans to trump, and they believe if they could get those, it's like they want to forcibly arrest you. There's nothing to do now. They say they're killing a lot of blacks under psych lockup. They killed, there was a case I've been talking about, and they finally arrested the police officer that did it, Elijah McClain. He was a black American, and he was coming home from work in Denver, Colorado in 2019, and the police arrested him, said he looked crazy. Somebody said he looked crazy, and I believe he might be LGBT also, and they choked him dead and injected him with a drug, a psychiatric drug, called, it's not Ativan. There's another psychiatric drug that can cause you to have a heart attack, allegedly as a side effect. It was another drug. I can't remember the name of that drug right now. I'm going through so much. I can't remember the name of that drug right now. I think it's called ketamine. Yeah, it's another drug. So they have all these psychiatric sedatives. If they arrest you and feign mental illness on you, they could inject you with those drugs and cause you to have a heart attack. They did that to me in 2019. They had a guy attack me here in Brooklyn around Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue, and was touching me, like molesting me, and the police cameras recorded, and I told him to stop it, and the police came and knocked me down and choked me and put me in the psych ward. I called the Nigerian embassy, they wouldn't help me. So the Nigerian government also has been involved in fraud. The New York Times said they rated one of the most corrupt governments in the world. And back in the day when my mother was alive, she won lawsuit here in Manhattan. She won lawsuit here in New York City. And somebody in Nigeria invited her to bring the money to Nigeria, and they set her up with some Nigerian government thugs at the airport, at Lagos airport. As soon as she arrived in Nigeria in the 1980s, those thugs surrounded her and said, "We want the money you want, give it to us now." And my mother told her she didn't bring no money from America, she left in America. And those thugs, government thugs, were so angry that my mother was later to go, my somebody in Nigeria that set her up. And Nigeria was going to arrest her, but I brought all the documents to America. The evidence of my mother getting choked, her hand being nose, I gave it to the U.S. immigration. So there's evidence, and my mother's daughter's Bologna Club was talking to those people in Nigeria. My mother was so afraid for her life. And when my mother had a heart attack, she went to Bellevue Hospital, and her daughters were able to find out Bologna Club and came to Bellevue Hospital and told them to lock her up in the cycle. So my mother really wanted to go to Israel to get a heart surgery done and to pray to God Because she was really fed up with the abuses she experienced here in America, and also she didn't want her daughters to be around her when she's doing her surgery. But she was talking to people in Nigeria that were connected with Nigerian government thugs, and she didn't want them to influence the doctors in any way. And the daughters, asked the hospital to lock her up in the psych ward because, she wanted to go to Israel to get a heart surgery. As a matter of fact, she had already sought the court intervention in 2010 that she was about to go to Israel to have her heart surgery done. That's her preferred destination to have, and the police came and took her home and locked up our passport and our belongings in the home. We couldn't get it out with us by the time they kicked us out. And she was seeking a court intervention, but she couldn't get a lawyer to properly explain to the court, so they could have issued a temporary restraining order on the police, and so my mother could get our belongings out of the apartment they kicked us out of unlawfully. So the court couldn't intervene in 2010. And our daughters were I'm sure they were reading my mother's court papers online, because she filed at the Brooklyn Federal Court, and federal courts post everything online. And my mother tried to borrow money from my daughters, and I didn't give her any money. They both have homes, Bolanle and Flora. And even our daughters were spending money, very extravagantly. Flora would take the Flora kids to go on vacation in Mexico and go to Disney World. The other one was on drugs, the other leg was Bolanle. And they wouldn't borrow my mother money to go get some in Mexico. Anything. They would not have money to borrow money and stuff. They would have to want to go to one of the money. Because our former landlord in the 70s had lead in the house, and she had a little child with her. So the also one, maybe on behalf of the child, I'm not so sure. So that daughter Flora ended up getting the money, and it would have helped my mother to travel to Israel with the money. So I think that money at one point was over $100,000 and stuff. And my mother, and she said the surgery in Israel is very cheap. She had already done, she had already gotten the estimate and stuff of what was going to cost her. And she was trying to borrow money, and none of her drugs would help her. And when she fell sick, they told the hospital to lock her, they told the hospital to lock her up in the psych ward instead. And they went, and my mother died due to stress and aggravation, and they went and collected life insurance policy. My mother said they were planning, their daughters, Bolan and Flora, were planning life insurance policy for the owner. So there's been many incidents like that where my blacks, like Elijah McCain in Denver, and my mother would be put under a wrongful psychiatric hold and would get killed in the process. So now they're sending Black American police to be attacking me. And I'm trying to post updates when I counter these Black American police acting very aggressive. I'm trying to NYPD police, I'm trying to post updates on Twitter. But before my battery dies out, but now I can't log on to the transit wireless Wi-Fi. I don't have internet service. I don't have my phone doesn't have internet service at all. I'm just using a prepaid phone. And before my battery dies out, I try to update the latest information. So the MTA seems to, this is the local transportation service here in New York, they seem to be aware that I'm posting videos online showing how Black American police try to attack me in a snowstorm like this. So my battery will die out any moment from now. So I try to update, put evidence out there so Amnesty International, Black Lives Matter, they could get my videos and try to update on my condition. So the latest thing is to try to feign mental illness on somebody and get them killed under psych lockup. Because there are drugs like Ativan and ketamine, which can cause a heart attack if you're given a high dosage, and they can just claim it's a mistaken medical mistake. So so my life is in danger. The Nigerian embassy is not helping me. There's Nigerians involved in a lot of corruption right now. They said Nigeria's back into the global government corruption index as one of the worst corrupt countries in the world, with Afghanistan and stuff. So I'm really jammed up. And there's the corrupt NYPD, and nobody's helping me. The city council's not helping me. So I've contacted the press, the media, New York Times, and all. I've sent them videos in 2020, and they deleted their own WhatsApp messages We use that system really change the WhatsApp number. That's how we can it's like I'm busy for sensationalism, because, sometimes matters like this become a big deal. It's just, it turns out very catastrophic, and, you have all these, investigational reporters and, to try to sensationalize the story and get people to buy newspapers to follow up on updates. So I don't want my life to be used for news sensationalism. African life is more than that. Nobody's a slave. So the international community and human rights activists, y'all need to get on this matter. And the NCA is looking at a internet service right now. This shouldn't be dangerous. I get myself in there and I can't connect to the internet. If they're connected and we're looking at it right now. This is weird and wicked. So the floor is so snowy and I'm carrying parts a luggage, a suitcase luggage, and parts with me, so my 2 hands are full. I can sleep and fall on the floor. And my hands was freezing when I tried to go outside earlier. I'm in the subway station right now, and I tried to buy hand warmers to put in my gloves at the Dwayne Reed and CVS, and they stopped selling it. They told me when I went there a few days ago that it's no longer winter. I'm like, it's still February, and the snowstorm. There's going to be a lot of snowstorm until March. So they're just keeping me isolated so I could freeze out, and they had their police throw me out in the snow. So something's going on between the NYPD and I love the stores, in which they're abusing blacks like me and blaming blacks for robbing stores. So this is torture, and nobody should be able to use their power to enslave any black like they're doing now in New York City. So please, I'll keep updating. This is weird. Today is February 13, 2024. As you can see, I have some other videos, here. And I have a whole lot here also. In my, so this is what's going on.